Michael Finley, from underdog to NBA star. Michael Finley's journey to the NBA wasn't typical. Born in Chicago, Finley's early life was marked by hard work and perseverance. He was a standout high school player, but he wasn't initially considered a blue-chip recruit. His college career at the University of Wisconsin helped him gain more recognition, and by the time he left college, he was a skilled and versatile guards forward who could score, pass, and defend. But it wasn't until he entered the NBA that Finley truly made his mark. Drafted by the Phoenix Suns, a rocky start. Finley was drafted by the Phoenix Suns with the 21st overall pick in the 1995 NBA draft. While his talent was undeniable, he wasn't immediately thrust into the spotlight. His rookie season had its ups and downs as he battled for minutes on a Suns team that was stacked with talent. But it was clear that Finley had something special: a smooth jumper, the ability to finish at the rim, and a solid basketball IQ. It was his second season, however, that catapulted him to national attention. With a bigger role in the Suns' offense, Finley averaged over 20 points per game, showing that he was more than capable of handling the demands of the NBA. He had arrived. The trade to Dallas Mavericks, a new chapter. Finley's big breakthrough came in 1996 when he was traded to the Dallas Mavericks. At the time, the Mavericks were a team in transition, coming off a string of losing seasons. But Finley brought hope to the franchise, becoming the cornerstone of the team's rebuilding effort. His scoring ability, leadership, and all-around play turned the Mavericks into a more competitive team almost overnight. In Dallas, Finley's impact was immediate. He was the go-to player for the Mavericks, averaging over 20 points per game for the next several seasons. He wasn't just a scorer, he was a playmaker and an elite defender. His ability to create shots for himself and his teammates made him one of the most dangerous players in the league. But despite his individual brilliance, team success was elusive. The Mavericks were good, but they were never great. That changed in 2001 when the Mavericks hired Don Nelson as their head coach. Nelson's small ball philosophy and up-tempo style fit perfectly with Finley's skills, and the Mavericks became a serious contender in the Western Conference. 2003 playoffs, Michael Finley's clutch moment. The 2003 NBA playoffs were a turning point for Finley and the Mavericks. The team had a great regular season, and expectations were high as they entered the postseason as one of the top teams in the West. They matched up against the Sacramento Kings in the Western Conference semifinals in what would become a legendary series. In Game 5, the stakes couldn't have been higher. The Mavericks were leading the series 3-1, and a win in this game would send them to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in years. But Sacramento had other ideas, and the game was intense, with the score neck and neck throughout. With less than a minute remaining in a tied game, it was Finley who became the hero. The Mavericks had the ball, and Finley, who had been on fire all game, found himself with the opportunity to take over. As the clock wound down, he dribbled past the defense and pulled up for a long three-pointer with a defender in his face. The shot was high-arcing and deep, but Finley's confidence was unshaken. The ball sailed through the air and swished through the net as the crowd erupted in cheers. The Mavericks went on to win the game 106-103, and that three-pointer from Finley became one of the most iconic moments of the 2003 playoffs. It was a testament to his growth as a player and his ability to rise to the occasion in clutch moments. Finley's legacy, a star who shined bright. Michael Finley's career didn't end with the Mavericks, as he later played for the San Antonio Spurs, where he won an NBA championship in 2007. But it was his years in Dallas that defined his legacy as one of the most talented and respected players of his generation. A two-time All-Star and one of the league's top scorers during his prime, Finley never won an MVP or a Finals MVP, but his consistent production and leadership made him one of the most important players of his era. His work ethic, humility, and love for the game made him a beloved figure in Dallas, and his clutch shooting in that 2003 series will forever be remembered by Mavericks fans.